Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Wednesday. Welcome back to Up and Adam Channel 2. Tonight we have our live watch party chat on Up and Adam Live for The Real Housewives of Miami Season 7, Episode 2. And I am encouraging you guys, just like Andy Cohen did on Watch What Happens Live, to not sleep on this franchise. In the first premiere episode, if you guys haven't watched it, they literally brought so much to the game. But then also tonight, I believe we're going to get Stephanie Shojay, which I hope we get her. I'm so excited for this. But we're not back to talk about that. We're back to talk about one of the next Gen NYC cast members who had to file bankruptcy. And this was actually pretty recently. So we're going to talk about that. And then we'll add some Miami into it a little bit. And you guys will see what I'm talking about. So smash the like button, show some love, and let's jump right in. All right, guys. So we talked about him already, but Charlie Zakkour, he right now is getting an interesting rap. Obviously, he's coming off as like the little resident, like badass, and the guy is incredibly unapologetic. Like, yes, he comes off like a little bit of a D-bag. People think he's making great TV. You know, I think he is great TV because he's very organic on the show. I just don't like a lot of the things that he says. Like when you tell a friend, like, I just want to your sister, that's such a D-bag bro move to do. But then also in last night's episode, if you didn't watch, you can catch our recap with Kim from Bravo Breaking News. We talk about this, but when he had this mishap with Riley Burris on the van, or in the van, on the way to Gia's pool party, you know, he made a statement about how she came off like aggressive, and she started crying, and she's like, "You don't understand what that means to me." And he's like, "I feel like you're taking this a little too far." And she was like, "F you with that." And then finally he's like, "You know what, Riley, like, we're friends and I just want to apologize." And she's like, "But do you mean it?" And he said, "I do." He ends up walking away, talking to his other friends, and he's like, "Actually, I don't. I just wanted her to shut the about it." And so then, of course, this is a TV show, so the friends run back with that and tell exactly what they thought, or that he said. Not what they thought, but what he said. And shit hits the fan. So Charlie Zakkour, you're not doing a great job of keeping your nose clean, but if you were, then you probably wouldn't be on reality TV. Now, with that, this came out that he apparently filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and this was back in 2023, and he listed himself as completely unemployed and with only about $1,500 in his bank account. He claimed that he had no significant assets, no property, investments, retirement accounts, only about $1,000 in clothing and $2,000 in electronics, like with his phone, his TV, and computer and scanner. But his liabilities included $4,809 on an American Express card and $33,216 on a Chase card. But he reported a $1,000 a month income financed by friends and family, which matched his $1,000 a month expenses. So the breakdown was like his phone, which was 110, food 200, laundry and personal care 100, medical 90, transportation 200, and entertainment 300. But his 2022 tax return showed that he earned $32,000, but he said that he had no job when filing. So I'm curious how that plays out. But the court case did close in July of 2023 after he completed required credit counseling and financial education courses. And on the show, his crypto trader claims were questioned by both his roommate and his father, because his dad admonished that buy and hold isn't trading. Yeah. But listen, he did open up about his dad too. And I think that even though he grew up in a very opulent lifestyle, and I'm not giving him any sort of grace on this, but I think even though he grew up in a very opulent lifestyle, that he has probably raised himself a lot throughout a lot of his life. And that's probably been very hard, I would imagine. So I think that he's just trying to figure it out as he goes. But also, you're 29, you know, like at 29, I built an entire business. Nobody handed me anything, but everybody's different. Everybody is different, you know, so I'm not going to sit there and just harp on Charlie. But You know who I do want to talk about? Alexia, Nepola, and Todd post-divorce. If you guys didn't watch the premiere episode, Alexia, we start off where they picked up the cameras when she was getting her divorce or when Todd filed for divorce. And she said that he wasn't good to her kids. And she said, like, he kept asking me, are you going to leave? Are you going to leave? What time are you going to leave? And she's like, yeah, I'm leaving. He's like, well, why don't you go now? And she left Frankie at home inside of the condo. And him and his daughter apparently emptied out the entire condo with all of their stuff, made sure that it was all gone. And she came back and everything was gone. And Frankie looked at her and said, Mom, Todd's gone. And she was crying. But then in the same episode, you see where Marisol said, wait a minute, I saw you guys on vacation. Are you guys back together? Like, what's going on? And she was like, like, love is love. What do you, ay Dios mío. Like, what do you want me to say, mija? Like, love is love. And this is what happens. Like, what am I supposed to do? And they were like, no, you said that he didn't treat your kids right. Why all of a sudden now, like, love is love? No. So their divorce was finalized in March of 2025, and this was after Todd filed in April of 2024. Now, despite their legal separation, they are still reportedly hooking up in a no strings attached agreement where Todd initiated both the divorce and the post split arrangement. They were publicly spotted. This was at Miami Beach on April 29th, and apparently the people who spotted them were saying that they look like more than friends. And a source confirmed that they're giving their relationship another go. Described as like teenage sweethearts. But Alexia is willing to do almost anything to keep him in her life except quit the show. She will not quit the show. And she emphasized that she'd consider remarrying Todd, but only off camera, saying that their first televised wedding, it didn't suit them. So we're going to see. Truly, we're going to watch how this dynamic is going to play out on season 7 of The Real Housewives of Miami. I think that we'll get even more information in tonight's episode. And that's why, truly, like, when I'm sitting here talking to you guys about like the live watch party, watching it in the moment, there's nothing like it, especially when you're just like, Dios mío, what did you say? And you're like, oh my God, is this really going on? And we're like, yeah, bitch, that just happened. And I want to hear your guys' organic reactions watching it at the same time. So all you guys have to do is go to upandadamlive.com, click on that chat option. You can see the watch party is tonight. It'll appear, the live chat will open at 9 p.m. Eastern. It will close at 10 p.m. Eastern. It doesn't stay open. And if you're not in it in the moment, there's no going back and looking at it. So it is open to everybody. It's open to the public. You don't have to create a profile. But you can see our schedule down here. And if you'd like to create a profile for comments and stuff, you can click on this little profile icon and you can sign up now. That's all you have to do. Just sign up, So I want to hear what you guys think. Guys, pop off in the comment section, please. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. If you guys joined Jason and Gelsey last night for Anchor Watch, they absolutely killed it. They're having so much fun. And I know that they have a few below deck guests that are going to be joining them in the following weeks. They're going to be doing some interviews, some guest appearances. I think that is a lot of fun. And then, if you didn't catch our live recap today of the Valley and Next Gen NYC with Kim from Bravo Breaking News, make sure you go check that out as well. There's so many things that are happening, so many things that are going on in the Bravo world. And I feel like every time I turn around, we're just inching closer and closer to BravoCon. So yeah, it's like we're almost there. And it just keeps getting better and better. So I love you guys, and we will see you so very soon. Bye.